Hey, this is Tom, the Experiencer Coach with Tom Maher Coaching and Speaking, or actually Tom Maher Coaching. I want to thank you for watching this video. This is kind of an impromptu video, so of course subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, get notified whenever I post a video, and like this video, comment on this video, share this video. So this point of this video is to give you a little bit of a look into a little bit behind the scenes, the real me. So some words that I think that describe me well are compassion, honesty, and integrity, or trustworthiness. And so, but what's the real me? So one of the things that happened to me, and I used to talk about this quite a bit, but I haven't talked about it much. Well, I talk about it less and less. But I used to talk about it quite a bit. Back in 2001, I was diagnosed as having a traumatic, I'm sorry, listen to me, not a traumatic brain injury, an acquired brain injury. So traumatic brain injury is when there's some kind of impact or trauma to the head which causes injury to the brain. An acquired brain injury is a brain injury that comes up very naturally. And I was diagnosed as having one back in 2001, which required brain surgery. So I actually underwent brain surgery. At the time I was going blind. I was losing my sight, very, very rapidly losing my sight. So it was really kind of dicey because, whenever you, any kind of surgery is dangerous. Any kind of surgery can be, life-threatening. There's always a chance of the worst happening. But when it comes to brain surgery, that kind of ups the stakes a little bit on that. So back in 2001, I had my brain surgery. And once it was finished, some of the symptoms went away rather quickly, but I still had a lot of trouble with my vision for a few days. Once, because I actually had double vision, and most optometrists or ophthalmologists will tell you that true double vision is like really rare. It almost like can't happen, I guess is what they say. But I actually had that, so my vision went back to singular, but I still was having trouble seeing. I really couldn't see entirely. So the way to describe it. So imagine if you held a paper plate about this far in front of your face, and upward. So like I could only see what was around the plate. I couldn't see where the plate was. It was like nothing there, like gray. It was almost like kind of like that's might be the best way to describe it. This big gray space in the middle of my face. So anything I looked directly at, I couldn't see, but I could see around it. So it's kind of like I could see a halo, but I couldn't see the actual subject or the object. So it was really kind of, and eventually that got better too, and I started to be able to see more and more. And I still have a lot of damage to both my eyes. I still have a lot of blind spots in my eyes. Everyone has everyone has one blind spot in each eye. That's a natural thing. We're naturally born with one blind spot in each eye. I've got several in each eye, and they were pretty big. And the thing is, with your eyes, the interior of your eyes, it's a different kind of, I don't know. It's different. Think of your skin. Your skin gets cut or scratched, or your skin is designed to take that kind of abuse, so it's designed to heal rather quickly and rather completely. The inside of your eye is not designed to take that kind of trauma. I'll just say trauma. So the inner eye isn't designed to heal like that. So it has been healing really slowly, but so it's been slowly getting better, but it's still been a long road. And so my eyesight's pretty good. I don't notice the blind spots. I used to notice the blind spots quite a bit. I also have floaters, which is like, if you think about, if you look at a glass full of 7-Up, you see the little bubbles floating up. I would have that in my eyes. Not as many as like a 7-Up bottle, but I'll have these little bubbles that float up. And I still have some floaters. And they're really bad, and supposedly the floaters never go away, but your brain adjusts to ignoring them. So I notice them occasionally. I'll notice floaters here and there, but I won't have them like as much as I did. So that's been a constant challenge and kind of a struggle for me. And actually, whenever I get really busy, whenever I am doing a lot of things, whenever I exert myself a lot, I have to be aware of how it impacts my brain. Sleep is really important. Sleep is important to everybody, but when you've got a brain injury, it ups the game again. It's more important. So things that will happen when I'm over exerting myself or working too hard, my memory will get really bad. Again, I'll need more sleep. I can't think straight. I can't think as clearly. I'll have really trouble kind of just processing what's going on around me. Usually I don't have trouble with it, but I do occasionally. And like the past few months, I've been really trying to up my coaching business. I've been focusing a lot more on my coaching, doing more networking, doing more outreach, and just doing a lot more stuff, been taking on a lot more stuff. So I'm really trying to be aware of the impact that's having on my brain. because, you know, it's funny, you know how you say, the old saying is, you seen one donut, you seen them all, or you seen one something, you seen them all. With brain injury, it's kind of the opposite. It's like when you've seen one brain injury, you've seen one brain injury, because they're all very, very, very unique. And I know a guy, when I had my brain surgery back in 2001, there was a guy who was in high school who had a similar type of brain injury, probably a different type of surgery, because he went into a coma, he stroked out, he had a very long, it was months before he came out of his coma, he had a very long recovery. I don't know, it was in the newspaper, that's how I know about it. And I haven't kept track of him, I'm not sure how he's doing. I'm assuming he's doing better, but so in a lot of ways I was very fortunate, but once you've got a brain injury, you've kind of got it for life, so it's something you'll kind of deal with and kind of manage for the rest of your life. So I deal with that, and I don't talk about it a lot because I don't have problems with it a lot. So in that regard, I've been very, very blessed. I've been part of like brain injury support groups on Facebook, and some people with brain injuries struggle with it a lot. So again, for my brain injury, I've been very blessed that I don't have much more devastating effects or much more obvious effects, but I still have the effects. It's something that I work with every day. And this was supposed to be a short video, but it's apparently not a short. It's longer than some of my videos, but most of my videos, but not as short as it was supposed to be. So, so that's something that I work with and something that I deal with, and I try to manage the best I can. And the thing is, I hate using it as an excuse. And the thing with memory is, you don't really know how much you've forgotten or what you've forgotten, because you don't know what you forgot. So it's like, is my memory bad or worse than any other person's? You know, have I forgotten a lot? I don't know. How do you know how much you've forgotten? Because you don't know. So yeah, so that's just a little bit of a peek into my life and what's been going on with me. And like I said, I'm being really aware and conscious of my brain injury right now, because I want to make sure I'm really taking good care of my brain. I try to take omega-3 fatty acids. Fish oil is a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, and of course fish is. So I'm trying to make sure I'm taking fish oil to kind of, because actually fat is very good for your brain. Your brain is mostly fat, so if you can get a lot of fat into your brain, it's really beneficial to your brain. It helps your brain work better. It helps my brain work better. So really trying to be conscious of that. Just wanted to share that with you. So that's a little bit about me and who I am. And as I move forward trying to grow and build my business, I have to be aware of the effect that it's having on my brain, and still try to stay focused on growing my business to serve people and make sure I'm taking good care of myself. Because as a coach, hello, you want to take good care of yourself. Because if you're not taking good care of yourself, why would you expect, or why would I expect my clients to take good care of themselves? So again, my name is Tom. I'm the Experiencer Coach with Maher Coaching. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you enjoyed a little peek into me and who I am. And I hope you have a great day. I'll be back again tomorrow with one of my other shorter videos. But until then, take good care of yourselves, take good care of each other, and I will see you next time, everybody. I am out of here. Bye-bye.